So today I tried to figure out if it's worth it to check out Notion for content automations, and maybe it replaces Airtable as a cheaper alternative. So you can use Notion's webhooks with this Plus plan, which is just under 12 euros per month, while using Airtable is twice as much. I'll quickly show you why ultimately I couldn't make Notion work for this, because maybe this is a user error, but let's see. So basically in Airtable, I have already set up this core content system in make.com, which you can get from aimarketingmasters.com along with the Airtable template. So you can set it up really quickly. And I'm pretty happy with this solution, minus the pricing of Airtable and the fact that I can't do much with these as documents. So I can just copy and paste these. So that's why I started to set up a content system within Notion, and I also upgraded to Plus plan. So the webhooks are available here when I'm using this lightning strike icon, and then I can set up a new automation. So basically how I like to do it is using this status field to pick different statuses. But since I'm just testing it out, I created just one status, which is named generate content. So I can disable these other statuses and just leave this one as the trigger. So anytime a record is set as generate content, then it triggers automation. And then what I want this trigger to do is to send the webhook. So this is a new feature, not that new anymore. And basically here I had to create a new webhook, which is standard for any make.com automation that I'm doing. So here you just have to add your new webhook and copy this URL. And on Notion, you just add this webhook here. And then you have to pick what type of data do you want to send. So I can select all of the existing properties. And also another action I want to add is I want to edit the status field now to showing in progress. So I wouldn't re-trigger the automation while it's already happening on the make.com side. And then I can just enable this automation. And this part is pretty standard, pretty okay. This already made me think that this could actually work and it could be way better than Airtable and make.com. But no. I'll show you where I ran into problems. And although I will keep working on those problems and finding the solutions, I just want you to see as well what are the points where this doesn't work. So basically, I'm using it the same way where I added an ID as the first field, and then the next one is idea input. So this is the same in my Airtable system as well. And after that, I have authors or companies' background information that I can change or copy based on what type of content I'm doing. And then I have the status field that triggers the automation now. And after that, I have all of these fields for content output, the same way I have it in Airtable. But this is where problems started. So once I sent the information from make.com back to Notion through these modules, and by the way, setting up these modules is way more complicated than doing it with Airtable. But basically, when I tried to store the whole output here, I ran into a character limit. So you can only have 2,000 characters. And that's because only this first idea input field is basically a document that can have more text. And all of these other fields are kind of like Excel records where you can have some information, but it's not really built for long text. So what I tried to do then was not to store the whole text in this field, but to have the link to a new page that's also going to be stored in Notion. And so what happens then is that this document gets created here and stored under this record, which is okay. But if I open it up, it's not formatted in a good way at all. It's using Markdown. And if I have to start now formatting it manually, it's going to take a lot of my time. But these nice options for formatting is where Notion actually shines. I would love it to look really good here. But the problem is built into how these modules in make.com work. So basically, if I'm creating a new Notion page here, I can add these content objects here. So I chose a paragraph and then I added the whole AI output here. So basically the whole newsletter comes out of one AI output and this is all stored as one paragraph. So if I wanted it to be automatically formatted in a way that looks nice in Notion, I would then need to add other text items. So a heading 1, for example, then some bulleted list, numbered list, and each of these items have to have an AI output, a separate one that only has that content in it. And this means 10 or 20 AI modules with different prompts, outputs, operations, so many opportunities for errors and complexity. That's just unreasonable. Because right now in Airtable, I can only add this one output and Airtable automatically formats it in a really nice way. There is a workaround though. Notion now has these different AI modules. So if I'm adding an AI block here, I could say this block format this content in a nice way, but don't change any of the content itself. And then it's using the current page only. So I could maybe generate this text here. But again, I have to then set up this exact module, this exact block. I have to add this exact prompt again. And of course, it now looks way nicer, but this is more complexity that's unreasonable, at least for now. And another problem that I ran into here is using these Notion modules. It's not as clear as it is with Airtable, and maybe it's just because I'm more used to building with Airtable modules here. But basically I had to figure out, like, I want to create a page, but then do I add it into a database item, or is it the parent page, or what's the database item ID exactly? And as you can see with the webhook that we're using, it does send out lots of information, which is good, but then I have to go and start checking where exactly is the IDEA input, for example. I have to click over 5 times to get it finally to open and to get the right dynamic module. So when I'm using Airtable, it's actually way easier, even though I have this extra step where I'm only sending record ID through the webhook, and then I'm using get the record module with Airtable to get all of this other information. So maybe it's just a user error or how I'm used to doing things, but I found so many problems in setting up this system. And even though I think I could make it work somehow, it definitely can't be the same type of system that I'm used to using with Airtable. So for now, I'm hoping this video will show you some of the problems you can now avoid that I made, and you can get to the solution quicker. If I figure out the great system that works on Notion and generates really good content based on my best practices that I already am using with other automations, I would definitely share it. Until then, come to aimarketingmasters.com, get all of my blueprints, Airtable-based templates, and start using these content systems right away, because these already work. And I will also help you if you run into any problems. So I hope this video, although it's not filled with solutions, but rather problems, still helps somebody out there. And I will see you guys next week then. Bye!